Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. This is Lifestyle Critic, where we break down movies and TV shows into their core elements, and in this video we are going to be reviewing Ex Machina, or Ex Machina, however you want to pronounce it, which is a bit of a slow burn sci-fi movie with a little bit of a psychological thriller-esque aspect in the end, which really does show that the AI robots are coming. Now this was a brilliant movie as it was a really great character-led film, despite it only having very few actors in there, but it was still so powerful. And in particular, I really liked how they showed that actions and treatment of other people really does have consequences. So I cannot wait to break down Ex Machina or Ex Machina for you in this video review. So from a storyline point of view, we are first introduced to the character of Caleb, who works in a bit of a Google equivalent type company, and he is a programmer over there and wins the competition to spend the week with the CEO. We then get introduced to the CEO, who is played by Oscar Isaac, and he is called Nathan, and Nathan has created artificial intelligence in his very luxurious and secluded home. So Caleb and Nathan are both going to be spending a week together, as Caleb won this competition where he is going to be living with AI robot Ava. Now Nathan tells Caleb that over the week he wants him to test Ava to see whether or not she is capable of human thought and human consciousness. But as is the case with these kind of films, all is not necessarily as it seems, and it has a bit of a dramatic ending after a bit of a slow burn, gradual build up with plenty of twists and turns along the way. So from a storyline point of view, it's very powerful for Ex Machina. So from a cast and characters point of view, like I said before, it's actually a very stripped back movie with very few actors and very few characters in there. So let's go through them one by one. So first up, we have Domhnall Gleeson, who plays the geeky and intelligent programmer character called Caleb. Now you're not necessarily rooting for this character, and I don't know whether or not that's to do with Domhnall Gleeson as an actor or the script or a bit of a combination of the two of them, but either way, you're following his journey as he's exploring this CEO's life's existence as well as the AI life's existence as well, and he's also falling in love with the Ava robot as well. We then have Oscar Isaac, who plays the CEO Nathan character, a little bit of a douchey character. He's very unapologetic, he's very rude, and he also has a bit of a superiority complex and kind of sees himself as being on the top of the food chain and everyone else kind of being at the bottom of the food chain. We then have Alicia Vikander, who is absolutely brilliant as AI robot Ava. She really does balance kind of actually being a robot whilst also having human consciousness as well. So she does a really good job in terms of bringing this Ava unique character to life really well. And I'd say halfway through the movie, she then becomes the main protagonist of the film, as you really do feel a lot of sympathy for this character. So Alicia does a really great job in this film. And then finally, we have Sonoya Mizuno, who plays housemaid Kyoko. I do feel like they could have done a little bit more with this character, but either way, she is part of the twist right at the end. So from a casting characters point of view, definitely very stripped back in this film, but they really bring all of their characters to life in a brilliant way. So from a visuals point of view, Ex Machina looks absolutely awesome. The secluded mansion-y type house over in the mountains with incredible waterfalls looks absolutely brilliant, truly breathtaking, and it really makes you want to kind of visit this location. And then on the other hand, you have the brilliant AI robot side of this film, and Ava the robot looks so great, half robot, half human. Really does feel like this is technology that's actually been created, as it all looks super immersive and really robotic and technology filled. So from a visuals point of view, very believable in terms of what's happening in Ex Machina. So from a comparisons point of view, there's actually quite a lot of other material out there that you can compare Ex Machina to. So from a power structures and living situation point of view, you can definitely compare it to Brave New World, Parasite and Inheritance, in terms of it really being the story of the underdog and kind of using manipulation and kind of different living situations as well. For example, the way that this movie does it is by having panes of glass really separating different people's identities, which I think is done really well. And then of course this film is a lot to do with robots and AI, so you can definitely compare it to a lot of other films that are very similar to that, except in this one it is a little bit more stripped back and a lot more slow burn-esque. But either way, you can still compare it to iRobot, Child's Play reboot, Matrix, Transcendence. So you know, there are quite a lot of other films and TV shows out there that you can compare Ex Machina to, but it's very unique in terms of how it communicates its message and its story. So overall, I would say Ex Machina is a really great movie. I do think it's a little bit overhyped, and some bits in this film were a little bit slow, but either way, when you look back at it, it is a very amazing movie, and it really does demand you having a second viewing, as then you're able to piece a lot of things together, especially the conversations that Caleb has with Nathan, and that twist ending really does put a chill down your spine and definitely has a lasting impression as well. So with all of those points considered, I'm going to give Ex Machina a solid 6 out of 10. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.